everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it would be kind of fun to do a little bit of a shop your collection dupe for the Subculture palette. I know I myself really wanted to pick the palette up, but I thought, you know, I bet I have a lot of what is available in there. It's just that it looks so intriguing when you put them all together. And I don't have a palette, obviously, that has them all together. So it's easy to fall into that where you feel like, oh, I have to have that. But if you really look in your collection, I'm sure you can find a lot of those same colors. So this is the look I created today. It's kind of a grungy fall, autumn kind of vibe with a 90s brown lip, you know, since 90s brown, it was grunge. So this is what I came up with. And I thought, you know, it kind of, I feel like it brought together the vibe that that palette had. So if you want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. I will give Anastasia total credit. They created this palette that had these crazy colors and this really great color theme that I really wanted to buy, but I told myself, you don't need another new palette. So I decided I was going to try to shop my existing collection and see what I could come up with. So I have 3 palettes today that I'm going to be using. The first is the Kylie Peach palette, and that just happened, by the way. Don't try to do too many things at once, but no fear, I put some packing tape over it, made sure that there's no shards of glass in my eyeshadows, and we're good to go. So it has some of those interesting like peachy tones and this like nice green gold and this bronzy color that I thought would be good. And I will obviously let you know which colors I use from each palette. So this was the first palette that I had that I thought could kind of play into some of that color story. Another palette that I have is a palette that I made at MAC. Oh, look at that. Depotting. Tried to depot it myself because I didn't have it in a single or a pro pan. But there's just some colors in here. There's plumage. I think this is Up For It or Into It. I'll put the names, obviously. Blackberry, Up at Dawn, and a couple other colors that I had that kind of played into that same story. And then an additional palette that I was actually surprised had a lot of similar colors is the ColourPop Yes Please palette. It's got that really nice fudgy brown color, that gold yellow color, mustardy color, and a couple more of those kind of transition shades that I thought played well into that story. So I'm just going to use all 3 of those to kind of give me some inspiration and to kind of play on that same color story. So I will let you know as I pull them up which shades I'm using. Yeah, so let's start. I'll pull you in a little bit closer and we'll get started. So we've got our eyes primed and set with a light powder, so we're just gonna get started. I'm gonna go in with a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go into my MAC palette and the shade Up at Dawn, and I'm just going to work that into my crease. Nice orange color. Alright, and I'm going to go right in with this deep shade here in my MAC palette that I destroyed, and I'm just going to work that in below. Fluffy brush, and I'm going to actually dip into this fudgy color here in the ColourPop palette with French Kiss. And I'm going to work that in the outer corner. This color is extremely pigmented. As you can see, in between steps, I'm coming in with the fat blending brush and just kind of working the colors in together. Again, I'm going to go back into that orange. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use this orange shade here in the ColourPop palette, which I believe is Big Cocktails. I'm going to go in there and see if maybe that color will deepen it. Oh yeah, see, that kind of helped it out a little bit. Okay, so we feel like we need to bring in a little bit of that shimmer, and I'm going to go into the Kylie palette and go for that greenish gold, and I'm going to put that all over the center of my lid. I've wet my brush. Now I'm picking up that greenish gold and put that all over my lid. So I don't want it to be nearly this like neat looking. I kind of want to grunge it out a bit. So I'm going to go back in with that French Kiss color. And deepen up the outer edge, kind of blend these two together. Okay, I just want to add one more layer. I'm going to go in with this like reddish color, which would be, let's see here, Spoiled in the ColourPop palette. This red, this beautiful red right here. I'm just going to go. I ended up putting a little bit of the full zip, just this light shade here up on my brow bone, and then I did use a little bit of Big Cocktails as just kind of a transition shade to kind of blend out. I put a little bit of butter cake on the inner corner here and worked it into that gold color from the Kylie palette, that green gold. So I put that, I blended those in. I really like where this is going. It feels very harvesty. I enjoy it. So I'm going to finish off my face. I'll come back, do blush and all of that. And yeah, we'll talk about it. Okay, so this is the end look. I just added liner, mascara. Obviously I did my brows, I did my lips. For my lips, I used Kylie's Dolce K. I figured it's kind of a grungy look, and the era of grunge was the 90s brown lip, and I felt like this was kind of on par with that. So I did that. I did do a little bit of lower lash line smoking out with the Mojito color from the Kylie K palette and Max Plumage, just to kind of bring in even a little bit more interest. I went ahead and used one of the blushes from my Morphe 9B palette. I used this blush right here, just kind of a nice dusty mauve color, matte color, so I like that. And for all of my OG makeup lovers, people who remember back in the day, the beginning of YouTube and things like that, I used MAC's Mineralize Skinfinish in the color Lightscapade, the shade Lightscapade. This used to be the bomb. Like, everybody used this. This was everybody's highlight. This was the beginning of highlighting, in my opinion. MAC was right there with that. So, obviously don't mind my messy hair. It's hair wash day, so this is what you get. So I really like how this turned out. I feel like it got that like grungy autumn vibe with the gold and the orange and the red and the brown. So I really enjoy how this turned out. I thought it turned out really good, and I think this is a real clear indication that if you have a pretty big collection or a sizable collection, you can probably dupe most of the colors in upcoming palettes. Yes, there are going to be colors of interest. There are colors that I do not have from the Subculture palette. Specifically like that olive green and things like that. I'm sure I could pick them up, but I don't have them right now. But that being said, I don't think it's justifiable to buy a palette for one, maybe two colors when there's 12 colors in it. It just doesn't make sense to me. So, yeah, I really like this. I hope that you find that you can shop your collection as well, that you can dupe looks with just what you have, maybe picking up one or two colors individually somewhere else. but that for the most part you can probably dupe most of these things as well. So if you've done dupe videos for Subculture or any other palettes, feel free to leave your link in the comments below. I will definitely approve it to share it with everyone else. I'm here to share the love. So thank you so much, you guys, for stopping in, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Well with that orange, and then just blending it out into the chocolate. Hi. You want to come into my video? No, I can edit things. Excuse me. Yes. Yes, please do. Alright, so I ended up putting just a little bit of the full zip of the cute,